Bury bad thoughts under good ones. Then the bad ones will just fade away and be forgotten. Living is not enough. It has no value by itself. It is the motives, the feelings, the thoughts, the attitudes that prompt the day-to-day life that matters. Secure spiritual bliss first, and then try to convey it to those who thirst. When the tank is dry, how can the taps give water? Always try to put yourself in the position of the other and judge your action against the background. Then you will not be wrong. Make the mind, the voice, and the actions agree in harmony. That is the right way of life. Impurity is a mere superimposition under which the real nature of man has been hidden. Where divinity is sought after, one ought always to behave in the spirit of love, devoid of the slightest trace of hate, envy, and anger. When one cultivates the inner look, one attains the conviction of the basic equality of all. What is heard has to be pondered over. What is pondered over has to be put into practice. It is only when all three are accomplished that the realization of bliss can be attained. The secret of perfect health lies in keeping the mind always cheerful, never worried, never hurried, never borne down by any fear, thought, or anxiety. The pure heart is the best mirror for the reflection of truth. So all these disciplines are for the purification of the heart. As soon as it is pure, all truths flash upon it in a minute. O Lord, take my love and let it flow in fullness of devotion to Thee. O Lord, take my hands and let them work incessantly for Thee. O Lord, take my soul and let it be merged in oneness with Thee. O Lord, take my mind and thoughts and let them be in tune with Thee. O Lord, take my everything and let me be an instrument for Thy work. Religion is 3/4 character. Only those who preserve character can be pronounced truly religious. Desire destroys devotion. Anger destroys wisdom. Greed destroys work. Hence, these bad qualities must be sacrificed. With good and sweet words, keeping desires under check and control, for ultimate removal, one should start on the path of sacrifice. Man derives all the joy and peace that he needs from within himself and not from sources outside himself. So the best spiritual discipline is strengthen the inward vision. Anything that helps you maintain unruffled equanimity is right action. True love expands the self. Attachment contracts it. Moderation in temper is virtue. Moderation in principle is a vice. The harder the circumstances, the more trying the environment, the stronger are those who come out of those circumstances. That which happens physically on the outside, in terms of actions, is not of major importance. What is important is that which comes from inside. The body is the residence of God. The food you take is the offering you make to Him. Your act of bathing is the ceremonial bathing of Him who is in you. The ground you walk on is His domain. The joy you gain is His gift. The grief you experience is His lesson. Remember Him ever, in sun and rain, day and night, asleep and awake. Offer service and receive love. This is the recipe for experiencing divinity. Our love should not be confined to our kith and kin. It must extend beyond the family to society as a whole, then to the nation at large, and finally embrace the whole world. Whatever books you may read, you cannot realize the divine merely by intellectual effort. One must put it into practice. That sense of oneness can only be promoted by the practice of love, and not by any other means. It is not what you have achieved that is important. It is the broadness of heart that has motivated you to do work that counts. Being broad-minded with a selfless attitude, humility, and obedience, you should try to share the difficulties of others around you. It is the purity of heart that is more important than the magnitude of the work itself. Our relationships are heart-to-heart relationships. Ours is a business of love, not a business of money or materials. For the progress of humanity, work alone is not adequate, but the work should be associated with love, compassion, right conduct, truthfulness, and sympathy. Without the above qualities, selfless service cannot be performed. God will not ask you when and where you did the service. He will ask, with what motive did you do it? What was the intention that prompted you? You may weigh the service and boast of its quantity, but God seeks quality, the quality of heart, the purity of mind, the holiness of motive. Living with God is education. Living for God is service. Living in God is realization. Reform the body, reconstruct the mind, regulate the way of living. Then the country will become automatically strong and prosperous.